So here we're being asked to give a limit statement to explain if the graph is continuous or discontinuous. So first thing is let's establish continuity or discontinuity. So at x equals -4, there's a gap there. So that means that it is discontinuous. Okay, so we're going to give a statement for the reason why, but we first have to make sure that we know that that's discontinuous. For x equals 0, it goes through 0, it's definitely continuous there, so we're going to say it's continuous, and we're going to have a slightly different argument for this. And at x equals 1, it jumps from here to here, so again, definitely discontinuous. Now, the type of discontinuity is different in the first, at -4 and +1. And I'll explain how we can actually differentiate those using a limit statement, but in the end, we'd really just need to show that it's discontinuous. Okay, so the argument I can give for -4 is that the limit, although there is a limit, so as x approaches -4, f of x has a limit, but the value at -4 is not equal to the limit. Okay, in this case, it's equal to 2, but the value at 2 is not equal to, the value at -4 is not equal to 2. In fact, this is what we call a removable discontinuity because from both sides, it has a limit, but there's a gap in there. Okay. For continuity, and this is an argument we make for continuity, we have to say that the limit as x approaches 0 from both sides exists. Okay, there is a limit. And not only that, we also have to say that f of 0 is equal to the limit. So we actually fill in the hole compared to the previous example. For at x equals 1, it's definitely discontinuous. So we can just say that the limit in this case, as x approaches -4 from the positive side, is different than the limit as x approaches x approaches 1, as x approaches 1 from the positive side is different than as it approaches from the negative side. These are not equal, therefore it is what we call a jump discontinuity. It's different from one side as the other, so you have to jump across to be able to connect those two graphs. So this is what we would call a jump discontinuity. Again, you don't need to differentiate between a removable discontinuity and a jump discontinuity, but just so that you know there is actually a difference between the two.